Hi everyone and welcome to Friday the 4th of November edition of Wrestle XX, where today we're going to talk about a lot of the wrestling news, so let's just get right into it. So the first story today is quite a big story. It's that there will possibly be a women's tournament on the WWE Network, similar to how the Cruiserweight Classic worked and how they're doing the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament. Now it's rumoured this will take place in January or March. I'm not sure why it's either or will it run from January to March? But apparently some women have been told it will be in January, where some other women have been told that it will be March. So we'll just have to keep our eyes open for that one. But personally, I think this adds quality content to the WWE Network. It's the sort of content that I would want to watch. It promotes women's wrestling exceptionally well, and it adds more depth to the roster, so more women can come through and possibly be on Raw or SmackDown. And possibly they could branch out, like how 205 Live, the show for the Cruiserweights, is coming to the network. Why not just have a 1 hour show for the women? There's plenty of other time slots in the week where they can put it on, especially Thursday, Fridays, for example. But even if it's just an annual tournament, possibly with 3 tournaments a year with the women, the Cruiserweights and Dusty Rhodes tag teams, personally I think that's awesome, and I'm really looking forward to it. Now, there are big rumours on the internet that WWE are planning a champion versus champion feud for December, and it will be the Universal Champion Kevin Owens up against United States Champion Roman Reigns. Now, this is likely to be at Roadblock, which is a Raw-only pay-per-view on December the 18th, but who knows, it might possibly run on to the Royal Rumble as well. Now, all this started at Hell in a Cell, where Roman cut a backstage promo saying he's chasing a second championship, and how he's got 2 broad shoulders, one for each championship, I guess. But it's likely that he was talking about the Universal Championship, and that's probably the title that he's going to be going for next. Now, this speculation was fueled even further when the venue that Roadblock will be hosted at posted on Facebook saying that the main event will be Kevin Owens against Roman Reigns. So it looks like it is happening. Personally, I thought they were going to keep Roman out of the main event scene for a while, and that's like the whole reason why they gave him the US title. But apparently he's in the main event scene from now on, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with the US Championship. I hope that Chris Jericho costs him it. I'm not sure whether I want to see Jericho with the US title, whether he just drops it to somebody else. Probably somebody else, just to make the show a bit better. But I'm looking forward to this feud, and I hope Kevin Owens returns. Now, after Raw on Monday, somebody that worked at the arena leaked online this document that they found showing the promo for Mick Foley, Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. It was leaked online in full, and it just shows how much WWE is scripted and the amount of restrictions are on the wrestlers and Mick Foley in this case. Personally, I find these backstage leaks fascinating, and I wish more were available. I like seeing what goes on behind the scenes. I like the Breaking Ground show that was on the WWE Network, and the Seth Rollins 24 show that showed him recovering from his injury. So I quite like seeing all these, and I want to see more in the future. Now, Dave Meltzer's Hell in a Cell ratings have been released, and overall he's pretty critical of the show. We did get one 4-star match, which was Kevin Owens against Seth Rollins. I said in my video yesterday that was definitely match of the night. And he was quite critical on Sasha versus Charlotte, which only got 2.75 stars. I can sort of understand that. There was a lot of missed opportunities, and if things had went a bit better, then they probably could have got 3.5 stars. But it definitely wasn't a classic, and those women have definitely put on better matches in the past. But it did significantly better than Bayley against Dana Brooke, which only got 1.5 stars, which is the lowest on the show. Maybe it's because the result was a bit predictable. Nothing really too much happened, and it was just a bog standard win for Bayley. So the second best match on the main card was Roman Reigns against Rusev, which was the first match on the show. I like this match as well. We all knew that Roman was going to win, and it got 3.25 stars, which still isn't a high score, but it was the second best on the card. Or should I say the main card, because the pre-show Cruiserweight 6-man tag match actually got 3.5 stars, making it the second best match on the card. Now, that is absolutely fascinating, and hopefully it can boost the Cruiserweights to be a bit more credible in the future, where they get more matches on the main show rather than pointless 6-man tag matches, which didn't really mean too much. Now we've got an update about Austin Aries' injury. He has actually tweeted saying that he's underwent surgery, and he shows this before and after photo showing that it's going well. And he made some other comments saying about hospital food and how they serve too much jello instead of bananas. So I'm glad to see that he's doing well. Hopefully we can see him back in NXT sooner rather than later, and then hopefully on the main roster in a couple of years' time. Now the final story today is that WWE have congratulated the Chicago Cubs. Obviously they won the World Series in baseball, and to celebrate, WWE has sent them a custom WWE World Championship. Now this looks absolutely great. The championship has custom Cubs side plates and they look really, really good. And Triple H also tweeted out, as well as the official WWE account. Now a lot of the wrestlers were talking about this on Twitter and they said it was absolutely crazy. Now I'm not a massive baseball fan, but apparently the match where they won the World Series was absolutely crazy. So congratulations to the Chicago Cubs. So that is all for me today. Not really too much to talk about today. Not a lot went down. If you missed yesterday's videos, there was 2 videos being uploaded. So thank you if you've already watched those. But if you haven't, go and check them out. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Twitter, which is @WrestleXX. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.